Hello and welcome to Montgomery County Police Beat. I'm Patrick Lacefield, Director of Montgomery County's Office of Public Information. We're here every month to discuss current community issues from the perspective of our county police force. And I'm pleased to have with me Chief Manger. Chief, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Now, the county executive this week rolled out his operating budget for the next year, the year that starts July 1st of this year. What in it affects the police, and what do you like about it?
Well, what I like a lot about it is last year the county executive talked about a 3-year staffing plan for the police department where the county exec wanted to add 120 police officers over the course of 3 years. And we were able to add, actually I think about 42 or 43 police officers last year. We're going to add another 40 this year, and hopefully we'll complete it by next year by adding 40 more next year, which will complete the staffing plan. So this is, I think, terrific news for the public and you know, in terms of us being able to address some crime issues in areas of the county that you know, we've had some real chronic problems.
Right. Now, how many sworn officers are there in the Montgomery County Police Department?
Well, we have 1,200 right now.
Right.
This will take us up over to, actually, once the staffing plan is completed, it'll take us up to about 1,250 or 1,260. So,
right.
And that's really still a very low number when you look at other jurisdictions that have 1 million population.
Right.
Most of them have over 2,000 police officers. So the fact that we've got, you know, under 1,300
right.
is really shows how lean a department we have.
Right. I know the county executive in his State of the County address at the Silver Spring Civic Building a couple of weeks ago talked about the progress that's been made in the last 5 years in terms of the crime rate, that crime is down 19%, serious crime down 25%. Obviously numbers go up and down. You'd rather have them going down than up.
Yes.
But I know that behind the numbers it's more than just, you know, numbers of police officers, but it's also the approach that you take. And maybe you could talk a little bit about how you've tackled, you know, some particular challenges there.
Well, I think one of the things that has been successful for us is that we have done a better job in recent years at really doing crime analysis. That is, you know, looking at where crime occurs, when it occurs, who's committing it, and the old adage, you know, where you put the cops on the dots.
Right.
I mean, that's what we've been doing,
right.
and you know, there are many areas of this county that have little to no crime. They're very safe places to be. There are other areas of the county that we have more of our crime, and you know, we look at places, you know, some neighborhoods up in Germantown and Gaithersburg and Wheaton and Silver Spring, and we look at some of the neighborhoods there that are generally safe, but that's where, if we're going to have crime, that's where it's occurring.
Right.
And so what we've done is we have added police officers to those areas. We're not just adding police officers and spreading them out evenly around the county.
Right,
really don't need that. I mean, we know where we need them. We know where crime is occurring.
Right.
So that's where we're putting the cops,
right.
and it's really made a difference. I mean, you talk about the crime rate going down, and yes, you know, we look at the fact, and I'm very pleased that you know, violent crime is down so much over the past 5 years. But there are still neighborhoods where those crime numbers haven't gone down as much. And those are the neighborhoods where we really need to focus our efforts.
And over the past year, you focused in some areas of Silver Spring and along Route 29.
Yes, we have. The White Oak area, along Briggs Cheney, that area. Of course, downtown Silver Spring is a wonderful area, and we've really you know, made an investment there, you know, and made it someplace where people, you know, a real destination. And so I feel like we have a responsibility. We, the police department, have a responsibility to make sure that it's a safe place. So we've added police officers down there, especially in the evening hours, and it's not, you know, cops driving around in a car. It's police officers on foot. It's police officers riding bikes. We're in the downtown area, you know, helping folks, and the feedback I've gotten has been wonderful. I mean, you talk to folks and they say, you know, there's thousands of people down there, you know, on Friday and Saturday nights, but gee, I feel safe, and that's what we're hoping for.
Now, how are you going to use the additional officers in the coming year? What are you looking at?
We are looking at specific areas. One of the areas is Montgomery Village, where we've had a spike in some robbery cases and some other types of crime. And then we're also looking at downtown Wheaton. You know, they're doing that. We're really seeing a lot of revitalization in downtown Wheaton, and I think the same investment we made in downtown Silver Spring, we need to make in Wheaton as well. And so we're adding police officers to both those areas this year, and I think I can tell you that when we added police officers to White Oak and to downtown Silver Spring, we saw the crime numbers go down. And so my hope is that we see the same thing with downtown Wheaton and the Montgomery Village area, because that's where we're going to focus on.
So a lot of this is data driven. I mean, you're looking at the numbers.
Absolutely, it's all data driven. I mean, again, I know that there's a lot of folks around the county that say, "Gee, we'd like to see more police in our neighborhoods or more police in our area." Well, you know, so would I. But the fact is that, you know, if I'm getting a few extra bodies, we need to put them where the crime is occurring and where we're seeing that activity.
Well, and having more police officers gives you more flexibility, right? You have more people that you can put over here for a period of time or put on a particular case.
Absolutely. You know, we have each district station now will have what we call a district community action team, and it's a squad of police officers, sergeant and several police officers that will go wherever we see a spike in activity. So at a moment's notice, the district commander can say, well, you know, while I've got you working on, you know, traffic problems over here, or, you know, we've got a burglary problem in a particular neighborhood, you know, all of a sudden we have, you know, 2 stores broken into in a shopping center, they can be moved over there, and it's just a real force multiplier for the regular patrol force to put those police officers where we need them.
So what kind of crime, we talked about crime being down, but what kind of crime is either not going down or not going down as fast as some of the others?
Well, this past year, I think burglaries, you know, homes being broken into, businesses being broken into, we really didn't see those numbers go down the way we would like to have. And, you know, for a number of years, and this is probably starting back in 2005, 2006, 2007, we saw the robberies, that is, you know, street robberies, go up. And so I put a lot of emphasis on that through additional detectives, through additional patrol officers where these robberies are occurring. And we saw the numbers just plummet. And so I'm very pleased with that. Well, at the same time, the burglary numbers have sort of stayed steady, and we actually saw a little bit of an increase last year. So we've got to focus on that. Now, that's a much tougher crime to address. I mean, you know, it's often, you know, searching for a needle in a haystack. Often happens when people aren't there. It happens when people aren't there, and it's you know, one of those things where you just never know. If we have a trend, we could, you know, and have a lookout, you might be able to really focus your efforts. But most of the time with the burglary cases, we don't know what the person looks like that's breaking into the home. We don't know when or where they're going to strike. So it's a much more difficult crime to prevent. With the robberies, you know, we had descriptions of the individuals that were committing the robberies, and we knew exactly where they were occurring, so we could. It's much easier to focus our efforts. So while it's more difficult, it's not impossible, and I think that. You know, increasing the number of patrol officers brings up the visibility, which we hope will prevent those kinds of burglaries. But in addition, we're adding some detectives to work these burglaries, so that, and the more detectives we can put on these cases, the more likely it is we're going to make arrests and hopefully stop this trend. Now, really, people can help themselves in this regard. In terms of burglaries. Absolutely. You know, there's so many things that you can do. First of all, we encourage neighborhood watches. I mean, you know, you really do need to look out for your neighbor. See something, call. I can't tell you how many times, you know, folks, I just went to a meeting the other night where folks were talking about, well, I saw this suspicious guy walking down the street, and I said, well, did you call? Well, no, I didn't, because I didn't want to seem like I was accusing the person of doing anything. You're not. Just if it looks suspicious to you, it probably is suspicious. So let us check it out. If it turns out to be nothing, great. That's fine. But it may turn out to be something. In addition, you know, folks always ask about, gee, should I get an alarm for my house, that kind of thing. You know, I'm a big believer that if you invest a few $100s in better locks, you're really increasing the security of your home. Alarms are good, but you know the alarms come with a monthly fee, and a lot of folks can't afford that. But you know, one-time cost of putting better locks on windows and on doors,
and just even keeping your home locked.
Well,
I mean, some people may have 3 or 4 doors in their house, and 3 of them may be locked, maybe one out to the deck isn't, or whatever.
And I think we all seen this notion of driving through a neighborhood and seeing so many garage doors open, and you know, and you just got to be vigilant about, you know, shutting those doors, locking those doors. And
the same way you would be if you went away for a week,
absolutely,
or a month,
absolutely,
you know,
because we do have cases where folks see an open garage door, and while you may lock a lot of your doors, you might not lock that door that goes from the garage into the house. So, you know, there's a lot of things that people can do.
And I guess
to prevent
that's ditto for vehicles.
Absolutely. Most of the times we have a car broken into. In fact, 50%. We've determined through our reports, 50% of the cars that are broken into in Montgomery County, the doors were unlocked. So
that's sort of an invitation.
It is, and I always tell a story about we had a team of officers watching for these car break-ins, and they watched 2 individuals go in a parking lot, just go from car to car, checking the doors. If the door opened, they dove in, grabbed some property and you know, loose change, whatever was there, and they go to the next car. But the cars that were locked, they just passed them right on by.
Targets of opportunity.
Absolutely.
Obviously, if they really, really wanted to break into those cars that were locked, they could figure out a way to do it.
They could.
But they were going to go to some trouble and put themselves at risk.
But they were doing what was easier. And of course, the good news is we did make an arrest. We did arrest those individuals. But we watched them break into several cars, then we arrested them. And so, but prevention, you know, locking doors really does help minimize your possibility of being a victim of a crime.
Let me ask a question about school resource officers. The county executive has proposed to increase the number of school resource officers at county high schools. Your view on that?
Oh, I think it's great. I'm a big believer in the school resource officer program. You know, with recent events in Connecticut, certainly it's put a lot of focus on that issue now, and it's not a you know, perfect solution in terms of I don't look at it as an armed guard for the school. What I always believe the school resource officer program does is it provides for a safe learning environment for the kids in that school. And so while it does enhance the safety of the school, you know, it's not a perfect solution, but I think it's great that, you know, our SROs have developed relationships with the kids, mentor the kids. They're a sympathetic
kids begin to
ear.
Trust them. They give them information that's
absolutely.
useful.
It's really good for public safety. It's good for the community. It's good for the children in the school. So I'm a big believer. And you know, we at one time had a SRO in every high school. We have since, you know, through the budget cuts,
you
know,
fiscal challenges,
we had to reduce that number. But I talked to the county executive at the beginning of our budget planning, and he says, I want to start rebuilding that program. So that's what we're doing.
Great. Well, we're running out of time. Chief, thanks for being here, and thanks to all of you for watching. Join us again next month for another edition of Montgomery County Police Beat.